and welcome to my Saturday. I've got a new lens. I'm so excited. I'm keeping still. I've got it in auto, so if you didn't watch my last video, I was going on and on about this blooming problem with the lens. So I want something I can use in auto that's not going to keep making a great big noise. Now I've trialed this yesterday and it was making some noises. It wasn't making noises like the other one. It was a bit more subtle, but there was still noise there. So I'm trying to keep still, but I think if I start doing this, it might start making noises. So I'm still kind of experimenting with it. So in today's vlog, if you hear some duk, 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 sort of focusing noises, do excuse me. It's part of my learning process, and there won't be any going forward because I'll figure out what to do to not have it. And hopefully that's not shooting back in manual all the time again with it, because I kind of wanted to avoid that. But I'm happier with the quality. It was like, knew it would have been well over 500 quid for this lens, so I got it for 124 or something, so I'm very pleased about that. So I feel like I've leveled up and I'm very, very happy, and whenever I think of it I like just get this great big thrill of excitement. What am I like? Honestly, what am I like? Anyway, it's a gig day today. I've had a week in which I've had 5 gigs in 7 days, which is a lot for me. I'm not one of these musicians that's out every night of the week, and I do know musicians that are out every night of the week and sometimes 2 or 3 gigs of the weekend per day. Like, I know some very, very busy musicians. I'm not one of those. But anyway, yeah, it's been a lot, and I have put less pressure on myself during the days to get stuff done. By Thursday, I just needed to go to bed in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean? It was ridiculous. I got a bit worn out, so I haven't been doing hours of practice every day and things like that. Yesterday I didn't vlog, but I did go out with my gal pals, my local friends, and we went to a cafe for quite a few hours. I didn't have a gig in the evening, so I didn't have to be watching the clock all the time. I can't quite relax if I know I've got to get up and leave at a certain point, and it's like really important that I do. I just can't quite really enjoy the company as much as I could. Do you know what I mean? There's no offence to them, because I do enjoy their company, but I'm always a bit on edge if I've got to go at some point and go to work. But anyway, I didn't yesterday, so I was really, really relaxed, and I offloaded a load of puzzles, got rid of those. I think I've probably filmed some clips about my decluttering, so I'll tell you what, I'll insert those here so you can get a little bit of a backstory from yesterday and possibly the day before. I can't remember how many days. It would just be yesterday's when I've got a little bit muddled. It's because I've been filming shopping vlog yesterday, and then I get a bit confused, and a couple of clips for this one, and anyway, I'll insert what I was doing in the way of decluttering here. Hello, this is non-vlogging day me, so I'm about to declutter this entire bag of puzzles. I've had them for quite a while, but I'm going to see my gal pals today in a cafe, and they take puzzles off me and I take puzzles off them. We've got a bit of an exchange thing going on. Some of these have come from one of them. Sometimes she likes them back, so I'm going to see if she wants them back, but there's a charity shop within a couple of doors along, so anything they don't want is going to go straight to the charity shop. So that'll be a bit of bulk out of the house all in one fell swoop. It's later in the day now, so I've been out. The puzzles have been offloaded. Some of the young adults have had them. They've had their pick, and then the rest have gone to the charity shop. I'm now starting on GCSE folders. So this is maths. Look how many topics we covered. Oh my goodness. She used to have a little cover sheet with her explanation, and then she'd go ahead and do a load of exercises. So it's a funny thing to get rid of all that work. All going. She says she's not attached to it. She's quite happy for it to go. So let's purge the folder. And I need a folder for something anyway. Okay, sometime later I've now split my folders into 2. So I've got one for active bookings and one for archives. So I've taken all the bulky stuff out of there, put it in there. So that's now going to be 2 folders. The rest of the math stuff is here. That's going to go in the recycling. And these are going to be reused, basically. I've turned them up the other way, so all the mathsy things are written on the other side, but they can be reused now. So good. So this cubby hole's looking like this now. It's got an extra folder in it, but I did get rid of some stuff here. I can't remember what. Oh, I know what I've done with it. So you know how prepping is a thing with food and water, blankets, torches, you know, that sort of thing. Well, I've kind of, right, this is a way that I'm going to come to terms with getting rid of stuff out of my living space. So in here, basically I'm going to put things that I'm going to put in the loft for in case of a catastrophic breakdown of the internet. Look, I genuinely worry that I'll get rid of all my books, all my DVDs, everything for sort of intellectual entertainment, and then there'll be some kind of breakdown of the internet because we've become so reliant on it for everything. The thought of having no like stimulation of the intellectual sort is a bit like, it stops me getting rid of stuff. So I thought what I should do is just like have a prepper bag or box or a few of those in the loft for just up there. It's nice like peace of mind for me. It gets it out of my living space. So far I've got a home medical guide so I can look stuff up in a medical emergency, which, you know, if the internet was down, couldn't do. And the other one's a great big science thing. There's loads and loads of interesting topics in there, but at the moment I would look stuff up online or watch videos, but I want to keep that book. It's a nice one. Next I'm going to start going through these box files, and there's a lot of them. Some stuff like early art by my daughter can definitely go in the loft. Some of it I might decide not to keep. Let's see. Now then, you're getting a bit of a chatty catch-up, aren't you? I've been thinking about my coming academic year at uni. I've been looking at what's left for me to do, because I've been doing a 1-year course over 2 years. Although, yeah, it was 1 year, like literally 12-month course. So my course will finish at the end of September 2026. So I'm going to be running from the end of September until the end of next September when I go back, whereas the last time it was end of September till mid-May, wasn't it? So I'm going to have just a similar amount of stuff to do, but over all that time, like 12 months instead of the whatever it was, 9 months or whatever it was. I haven't counted it. Oh, hang on a minute. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7.5 months. So I'm going to have 12 months. And looking at it, I don't think I'm going to be going to the performance lectures, because the recital thing I did was worth 2 modules, and that's going to be the same thing again, but it's going to be a longer recital for 45 minutes instead of 25. That just makes me feel sick. But anyway, I've had a little thought about that, so I'll come to that again. But all the lectures that the people this year went to for that 45-minute recital, they're all done now. They've done them all. I was at them as well. So they've just got the whole of the summer to work on the next load of pieces and have that ready by the end of September. So I think I won't be going to those this time. So that's a lot less contact hours for me potentially, if that's the case. Although we did have guest lecturers in, and I don't know if they were on an annual rotation or if they'll be different in the coming year. If so, I'll try and go to them if they're different. But if it's literally repeated content, and a lot of it was geared towards that 25-minute recital, well, I don't need that stuff anymore. A lot of it was logisticy stuff about rules and regulations and, you know, conduct. Well, I know that now. So I might have a lot less hours and days in uni next year. And also, I've been thinking a little bit about balance and life. I love vlogging, as you know, and this is a career path I want to continue on till my dying day, if I possibly can, if YouTube goes that far into the future. If people are still watching 2-dimensional videos on a screen, you know, when I'm a very old lady, I still want to be doing it. I love it. I'm never getting fed up with it, I tell you what. And I really feel like it was hard to focus on it as much as I would have liked to last year while I was doing my MA music. So I'm thinking maybe don't spend quite as many hours on the MA in this coming year. And I can do that in a way because, number one, there were a few optional lectures that I was going to that weren't graded. There was a postgraduate forum thing, which is where you talk to each other basically. They introduce a topic for discussion, give you topics for discussion in the groups, and you sit and chat about it. Well, it wasn't graded. It was all fun and nice and interesting and stuff. I don't know how far forward it was putting me in life, and it was very interesting to think about things that you might not otherwise think about. And I don't know, I might not go to that, that's what I'm saying, or I might pick and choose the ones that I go to. I might see if they're just repeated, because I've done a whole year of that now. It's possible that they're just going to repeat the whole lot. I went and had a coffee with a friend the other day. So she's a second year, so she's doing the same as me except musicology, but she's in year 2, and she said watch out, a lot of the content will be repeated, so you don't need to go to it. So yeah, so I could potentially drop that or drop some of that. And also I was going to careers lectures, which were optional and not graded. I could pick and choose which ones to go to, so that was an optional. And there was another thing as well, which was a Wednesday afternoon lecture, and well, I didn't go to that in the second, like after Christmas really, because I just thought I need to blow something out, and I blew that one out. It was a very academic heady session and hardly anybody went to it, and nearly everybody that went was lecturers anyway, or PhD students. I might not go to those anymore, but let's see. So I've got options to cut it down. And also another thing that I can do to reduce the amount of hours is practice a bit, like cap my practice off. So I've been having a little rethink about my 45-minute thing that I was already preparing for. And one of the pieces, I think it's just too hard. It's not that I don't think I could do it, it's just I'm gonna have to spend so many more hours, even throughout this summer, to try and break the back of it, than if I just picked stuff that wasn't quite as difficult. And I messed up in my recital. I still managed to get a distinction, but I would have probably got a higher mark if I hadn't missed 3 whole bars, like rabbit in the headlights, like lost my place and just didn't know where it was. Like, so I think if I just pick more manageable pieces, I can spend a lot less time practicing. And I think I ought to cap my practice time at 2 hours a day and not try and do any more than that, because it's like I don't know, how long's a piece of string? I'm trying to think of the right expression. blank check. No, I can't think of the right expression. Like, it's like a never-ending thing practicing. You always feel like you've never done enough, and the more you can do, the better. But I feel like I've changed now that I'm 50. I don't think I've got the stamina to go on as long as I could when I was in my teens and early 20s. I think if I go over 2 hours too often, I think I actually wear myself out, and it negatively impacts my playing because I'm just a bit knackered. So I need to rethink that now for this season of life. Going forward, I don't need to be doing exceptional virtuosic playing. It's, you know, I'm quite good enough for what I do already anyway, and 2 hours is more than enough. You know, I was doing an hour a day, I think. I'm not quite sure. I think maybe an hour a day before I stepped up my practice. So anyway, these are my thoughts, and this has turned into a massive long monologue, and it wasn't supposed to. I hope I've still got you watching. Anyway, right, I've had quite a relaxed start to the day, to be honest with you. It's already 12:05. Look, I'm on number 2 coffee of the day, and I'm still not enjoying the almond barista. Oh, do you know what I did? I've gone a bit crazy on Amazon. Subscribe and save. I've got the joy now of ordering monthly deliveries of heavy things, so I've ordered a load of oat milks, Oatly Barista. It worked out at £1.45 a carton. If I buy 6 a month on Subscribe and Save, that's a lot cheaper than in the shop. Got to be honest, and I went a little crazy, and I might have set up an order for 12 cans of tinned tomatoes to come, but I might not have them monthly. Let's see how I get on, because you can reduce the frequency, but they worked out at about 40p a tin, and they're heavy things. I buy them a lot, so I'm quite looking forward to going shopping for not heavy things, so I can just browse around more leisurely and kind of enjoy the experience a bit more, because as a non-driver, bringing heavy things home is a bit of, well, it's a bit laborious, really. So anyway, I think I've made a positive step forward in life. I've got to eat a sandwich. I'm going to toast it in my toasty maker again. I made it for Thursday and didn't end up eating it, so I had buffet instead. It'll be fine. It's been in the fridge. It's just cheese and Marmite, that's all, but I'm going to have some rocket with it. I went shopping last night, got that reduced to clear. 33p. Well, that'll be in the shopping vlog on Friday on the other channel. I need to give it a wash. I wonder if I should wash the whole lot in one go and put it in a bowl in the fridge, in a Tupperware. Might do that. I love using my salad spinner. It always reminds me of my holiday in Greece when I went and bought it right towards the end of the holiday after spending a fortune in local shops there. I discovered a real good discount store a little bit further out of town. I wish I'd just known about it all week, honestly. If you want to watch my cost playlist, I'll link it at the end of this video and also in the description. We had quite the adventure. I'm craving a holiday so bad though. I want to know when study week is so I can see if I've got any bookings in or not, or if I can actually book a little getaway. But it's not scheduled. I've looked on the student website. The semester dates are there, but not the actual study weeks. So I don't think I'm going to know until like September or something. I suppose I could try emailing one of the staff to ask. I could do that, couldn't I? Time for the puzzle update. I had a lovely long stint on that last night. Oh, I enjoyed every second of that as well. Now I'm on to things like sky and tree. Like all this bit here and all this bit here and the floor. But I've separated things out, look, into the different trays. So all the tree bits are here, for example. So I'll just be doing one small section at a time. Looking forward to that. I don't think that's going to be today though. Although that said, I do rather like the little routine of having maybe 15 minutes of doing puzzle before leaving for my gigs. Normally I make sure I get ready in good time and do it so effectively that I have about 15 minutes to spare when I'm all packed up and all ready to go, and that's just the perfect puzzle time. And then when I leave, then I'm all calm and it's like a, I don't know, a decompression chamber for the mind or something. It's weird. Oh yes, I think that's more or less done. Could do a turning it around a bit. I've had this Breville toasty maker since before my daughter was born, and it's still going strong, and I think they still sell them on Amazon. I'll have a look, and if I can find one, I'll put a link in the description. There, that'll do for now. I think rocket, it's really, really delicious, I find, the first couple of bites, and then it gets a bit overly intense. It kind of, I don't know, it accumulates the taste somehow. It starts out manageable. Very strange. Anyway, so I haven't given myself too much of that. Well, I've had my lunch, and I've just been lounging around, to be honest. I didn't really plan this afternoon in advance, and I've just kind of slumped. I kind of gone with the flow and had a more restful kind of time, and I'm wondering, I've got about an hour and a quarter before I've got to start having a shower and getting packed and getting dressed and ready to go. I've got to get the train today. I'm going to meet Sal at a train station, go to the gig. Mick is busy doing something else today, so he's going to meet us at the gig, and then I will get dropped off later by Mick as usual. So a slightly more complicated day, but I quite like going on trains, so I'm actually quite looking forward to it. If you are new to my channel or you've only just been watching for a few episodes, you might not know what I'm doing when I go and do my gigs. So I do ceilidhs basically most of the time. Most of my gigs are private bookings. They're mostly weddings and they are ceilidhs. So they're like a barn dance. We have a caller who's the person that will explain how to do the dances to all the dancers, and they'll walk it through without the music first. And then when they're ready, we play the music and they keep calling out the moves. You know, like arch at the end, you know, things like that. So everybody knows what to do all the time. Right, I am going to show you what I did in the way of decluttering last night. Oh, and I play the flute in the band. And I'm studying at university as a mature student part-time, and I'm off for the summer. I don't restart till the end of September. Right, introducing or reintroducing my shelves. I've gone through all the folders now. I'm accumulating spares of things. There's a couple of photo albums, but they're going to stay down. They're going to go somewhere eventually when I've got space for them. I've been going through all these box files. I had a load of box files here. Oh, I can hear that autofocus making a noise. Excuse me. I'm collecting the surplus ones there. It's when I put my hand in the shot, it starts going tuk, 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 tuk. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is going in the bin basically, or going in the loft. And some things that we're going to need to access is going to stay here, like this box of certificates, for example. My daughter's early artwork is going to go in the loft. That's what I pulled out yesterday for recycling. Oh, quite a weight's worth in there. I've set up a second file for archives for my ceilidh booking details for the ones that I do the admin for, because that folder was getting to the point where I couldn't do it up. So that's spilled into there now. This box is going to go in the loft when it's full. It's my daughter's like schooling stuff because she was home educated, so it's going in there. It's only about half full at the moment. There's going to be a lot more. I'm whittling it right down to just a few choicest bits that she's created herself, like not just worksheets filled in and stuff like that. So that's what's going in the loft. I need to write a birthday card now. In spite of it being 2025, I must admit I still have an old school address book and I love it. I got it from the works. Right, that's done. It didn't like my fountain pen on the inside of the card. It kind of went a bit blobby. I had to wait for it to dry. It's funny because I was going through a load of very old letters when I was decluttering last night, and I just got rid of a load of shreds. Sorry, I've no idea what I was just saying. My card filled up in my camera and it just stopped abruptly. I think I was talking about throwing away letters. Yeah, got rid of a lot of letters from people that I don't even barely know who they are anymore. So they weren't important to me anymore. But it's funny what a different life we lead now, because when I was in my early 20s, I was a prolific letter writer and I used to receive a lot of letters as well. So I had quite the hoard of them. Now it's just a lot of quick messages all the time on the phone, isn't it? But it used to be, you know, once in a while a letter of 8 pages of A4. I'm going in about 40 minutes. I'm changed, got a dress on, I've had a shower and all that. I've packed more or less everything, or at least I've assembled everything, put it ready to pack. And I realised I'm really hungry, so I'm actually having a meal before I go. I cooked this yesterday and it's leftovers. I am on the train. I've been editing all this while and I'm going to be getting off fairly soon. Sal is meeting me at a station. Oh, hello, Leaf. Did I tell you we're in Bristol tonight in a church, I think? I was going great guns with... Oh, flipping heck. This always happens.
Welcome on board Transport
Let's do it again.
We will be travelling to Cardiff Central.
I was trying to tell you that I was going great guns with the editing until it just kind of, the line just got really kind of joggly and I was struggling to use the mouse. It was all like clicking in the wrong place and stuff, so I've given up really. I need to get off soon anyway, so I'm going to pack it away now and get in the headspace to go in the car with Sal. I'm laden like a pack horse. Hang on. Down you go. Come on, gimbal, down you go. Linking thing. Oh, I see, it's face tracking me. Right there, finally. Oh, this camera. I have by this point lost all faith that the tree trunk will ever move from the weir. I can already see it's still there. It's looking more and more raggedy though every time. Well, we've arrived and we're a little bit early, so I'll take the opportunity to have a look at the venue from the outside. Oh my goodness, you can't even see it. It's like behind a tree. I wonder if I can get in that way. Oh, I think I can. Yes, let's go up here. It's Absolutely beautiful weather. They're all in. They're still doing some sort of ceremonial thing. I don't know what I did here. The odd bit of applause. Oh, there's a catering van by there. Rather hoping we might get some of that later because it smells good. Wondered what was down there. Not a lot. Shoe scrapers. No excuse for going to church with muddy shoes. I don't think we can get round the back. Oh, there's all little kiddie scooters and things. They must have a play group here. That's nice. They're all coming out and queuing up for food now. Just wanted to get a shot of this doorway. Look at that carving. That's amazing, isn't it? It's really windy actually. All these plants thrashing around in the wind. The buddleia there going berserk. Some sort of maple, whatever that is. Nice venue anyway, isn't it? Lovely. I look at that there. There are kind of bean pod things hanging down. It looks like runner beans, but it's not. It's like I don't see any runner bean type leaves, but the beans look like runner beans. I'm going to have to go closer, aren't I? They're definitely not runner beans, but they really look like them. Wow. I'm just having a little mooch down the road to pass the time because we're a little bit early. We always allow more time than we need just in case of a hold up. As you probably know if you watch this channel a lot, you can hear voices and people having a nice happy time over there. It's really different from where I live. The sun is beautiful. I can feel it baking down on my shoulders. I'm wearing a dark coloured dress. Looks like a park or something there. I'm going to see if I can get into it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see there's a gate around that side. Look at that spiky holly sticking through. You wouldn't want to scratch your arm against that. They look like little hippopotamus ears. Oh, this is pleasant. You can't see out of it much because of the dense bushes, you know. So it does feel quite isolated. No, cut off. Oh, it's a tulip tree there. Look, I know how to identify one of those now. There are a couple of people sunbathing and that's all that's in here other than me. This chestnut tree is not looking very healthy. Look at that on the leaves. Seems to be going all the way up. You can see it more clearly here. Oh, is it leaf miners? There are these creatures that go inside leaves and they sort of eat the inside of it. So I wonder if that's what that is. My dad would know, he's an expert. Cool, look at that lovely big mature tree there. It's all twisted and turning and multiple branches. I suppose that's kind of a characteristic of a tree, no, but I think this one is extra special. What sort is it? Lime, maybe? A lime tree? I better not be too long. I shall head back. Well, I sneaked in to use the loam. I smelt their food and now I just have to eat my slice that I brought with me. I can't wait. Cool, look at this place where we are tonight. Look at that for a backdrop. There's a great big organ there, look at that. Right by the side of us. It's quite a striking painting there, look. The green room is green. Hi. More than I could resist. Look, the drum kit's in a cage thing. We should put Cell in there. We do see some interesting venues. I tell you what, I wonder how old those chairs are. They look old to me, they look antique. I'm going to go sound check. The start is a little bit delayed. I don't think it's delayed by much. They said they were overrunning, but when they said when they wanted to start, I think it's when we were due to start. But anyway, they said help yourself to drinks. There's hot drinks and cold drinks. I've got a little bit of Fanta and a cup of tea. We've been offered cake and chips, but I'm full up from my pasty now. It's the interval now. We've done a 1 hour set. They're loving it. It's quite echoey, but it's fine. They can all hear it well enough. I did eat earlier, but when I saw what was on offer, I had to just get a couple of bits. There's a big variety of stuff, and it's all vegan. This is the third all vegan wedding I've done in about 3 weeks. They seem to be increasing in number, which I like. And I've gone for a red bush tea with oat milk. These olives are divine. Olives can really vary a lot. These are the best sort. Oh, apparently we're going over the Clifton Suspension Bridge and there's a toll of £1. We didn't actually mean to go this way. We kind of just found ourselves going this way and Mick was like, oh no, got to pay £1 now. Which is a bit inconvenient because he was using his phone for the sat-nav and didn't want to use it for contactless. But anyway, here we are. Woo, woo, woo. I'll have to put the when was it built on the screen because I don't know off the top of my head. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, I do believe, was responsible for this creation. It is very, very old. I've walked over it once with Ivy and my daughter Isabel when she was little and she was a bit nervous about it falling down because it was so old.
And it's just been such a privilege to see these two, almost younger generation of flamenco
we got Radio Free on flamenco. So that was the bridge. On we go. I've just got back and it's 11:45 at night. My daughter's had a package stolen off the doorstep. Deliverers keep just leaving stuff on our doorstep when we're not in. I mean, sometimes they'll deliver it to next door, which is much better. I've left messages on Amazon. Please do not leave on the doorstep. I don't think this was Amazon. I don't know what it was. Anyway, she's not happy. I'm sure she'll get a refund or get a replacement anyway because it's their fault, isn't it? You can't just leave it in the street. Okay, we have an update from Editing Me. The next afternoon there was a knock on the door and it was the next door neighbour. They'd spotted it unattended in the middle of the flipping night and they took it in for us and we didn't find out till the next afternoon. So thank you so much to them because it would have definitely been swiped otherwise. Well, I think so. Anyway, right, back to tonight's video. Anyway, we had a lovely gig. It was a spectacular venue, a lovely crowd, and we did 2 sets with an interval of about half an hour. The food was amazing, although I, as you saw, I only nibbled a few picky bits because I'd already had pasting before going in. The weather was lovely and warm, and every so often, just when we seemed to be feeling too hot, a big draft came in through the far away front door and cooled us all down lovely. And then we came home. It was uneventful, no road closures, and here we are. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Please give it a like if you happen to like it, if you'd like to help support this channel. Subscribe to watch more content from me, and I will put videos on the end screen for you to click on in case you'd like to watch some more of those right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.